streets know. I got plenty money. Okay. I got plenty money. Okay. What's in my pocket, dog? Big face Honda. Just left them all. Bought everything that I wanted. I'm kinda mad with you, hey. I'm real disappointed.
Hello, Philly Fan 547 here with my Week 1 predictions. Last week I had my division predictions for you. But now it's time to get down to the real deal. Preseason football is over. It's time for some real football. And let's get started with the picks, shall we? First night of football, we have Thursday night football. We have the Tennessee Titans at defending champion Pittsburgh Steelers. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers in this one because, even though they are the defending Super Bowl champs, they're a team that can keep pretty locked down and not let the pressure get to them, and I think that's definitely a key factor for them. And I think they take this one in what will be probably a close game to kick it off. Next on Sunday, we have the Miami Dolphins at the Atlanta Falcons, which I feel is definitely going to be a really, really close game. I have Atlanta winning this one because, you got two explosive offenses here, but I think when it comes to the defensive advantage, maybe the Falcons have a little bit of that edge, but even if not, they really make up for it with their highly skilled offense, with their highly skilled receivers, their highly skilled running backs, and just so on with that. After I have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Baltimore Ravens, I take the Ravens in this one in an absolute blowout. I think the Ravens will dominate the Chiefs in all aspects of the game, and they get away with a pretty easy win, in my opinion. I don't like the Chiefs' chances at all this season. And, Matt Castle supposedly out for 2 to 4 weeks. I think that also factors it a little bit, but Kansas City won't be able to keep very close in this one. Next, I have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Carolina Panthers. I have Philadelphia in this one in what will be another close game. I think Philly has a little bit of the edge on because a little bit evened out football. They're a little more balanced when it comes to the offense and defense and stuff. I still think it'll be a very close game, and Carolina will definitely stay in it. I got the Eagles a little bit with the edge. Next, we have the Denver Broncos at the Cincinnati Bengals. I have the Denver Broncos. Even though I don't like the Broncos' chances this season, I don't like the Bengals' chances as well. And I think a team that has, I think the Broncos, I'm sure they'll be glad to hopefully start out on the right foot with what they got. But I think Cincinnati is a little bit more of an easy team to start out with than some other teams, like if they were to face the Chargers or something like that. But I have Denver winning this one. Next, I have the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns. I have Minnesota in this one because Minnesota, the start of Brett Favre, and Brett Favre will do good for 6 games, and then it'll slowly die off from there. And Travaris Jackson will probably be the starter after that. I do have them winning Week 1 though because Cleveland, in my opinion, doesn't seem like a team to beat this year. They'll be average, but I think when it comes down to it, I think Minnesota will come out and a pretty easy win, in my opinion. Then we have the New York Jets at the Houston Texans. A lot of people will probably hate me for this, but I have the Houston Texans to win this one. I do not like Mark Sanchez as a quarterback. I do not like how that team looks this year. Yeah, it seems like they may have gained more than what they have lost, but when you don't have as a good quarterback as what Brett Favre was for the first 6 games last year. Sanchez started a year in college and then transitioned himself to the NFL. I think you'd be better off with Clemens, in my opinion. But the Jets don't want to seem to agree with me. So I have Houston in Game 1 in this game. Next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Indianapolis Colts. A game that used to be so close every year. And you think, Jacksonville's got to win one against them eventually, and they may take the South eventually. Well, this year, this one's going to be a blowout by Indianapolis. I have it. Jacksonville's not good, and Indy's just going to destroy them badly. Next, I have the Detroit Lions at the New Orleans Saints. I'm taking the New Orleans Saints in this one. Matt Stafford starting this first game. it's going to be interesting to see how well he does. I don't think he'll do as good as possibly in the future as he slowly learns and develops, but I think New Orleans gets a fairly good win in this one. Next, we have the Dallas Cowboys at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys in this one. Tampa Bay has slowly died off over the past this season. They're not going to be as good as close to the playoffs as they were last season, so I think Dallas is still a pretty good team. I think that they're not as good as what they used to be, but I think they take the win in Tampa this week. 49ers at the Cardinals. I have the Cardinals in this one because Cardinals, they're still a little bit good from what they had last year, from that season they had last year making it to the Super Bowl. And 49ers, they're not going to be as good. I think they're slowly building their way up, but I think Cardinals will overpower them and get a pretty good win. Then we have the Redskins at the Giants, NFC East rivalry. I have the Giants to win this one. Redskins, they have some pretty good players and they're slowly getting better, but Giants are still a pretty good team, and I think they will be a fairly close game. The Giants will get away with what they have. And then we have the Rams at the Seahawks. I have Seahawks all the way in this one. Rams have no chance in this. I think the offense overpowers it, and the defense just absolutely shuts them down. Moving on to Sunday Night Football, we have the Bears at the Packers. Good way to start off Sunday Night Football. I have the Bears to win this one because I think the Bears are going to have a pretty good season. Maybe even Super Bowl contenders. I don't know, but Packers have not been as good over the years as well. So I think the Bears will absolutely make some domination this week. Monday Night Football Game 1, we have the Buffalo Bills and New England Patriots. I have the Patriots in this one, whether Tom Brady is in or out. The Bills, they're going to be an average team this year. I still think that the Patriots will dominate that division, and they'll be able to take everyone out one by one in that. And then the final game, we have the Chargers at the Raiders. I have the Chargers on the road. I think the Raiders, they'll be in contention possibly for a wild card. Maybe, maybe not. I heard they released Jeff Garcia, so that it's a bit an iffy move, I think, in my opinion. But I got the Chargers this week on the road to start off week 1. We'll be back next week with week 2. Enjoy your first week of football.